Welcome back to the Loss Prevention News Network. I'm Amber Bradley here with my co-MC, Joseph LaRocca, if you're keeping it formal.
We hope you are having a great day and enjoying the segment so far. I think we're going to take people through some more of the agenda.
Yep. Before we're hopefully going to welcome our next special guest, Richard Hollinger. Hopefully we're going to try to see if he will step into the lightning round with us. What do you bet?
I hope.
We will see. We will see. It's all about live digital fast break conferencing, really. But so phenomenal agenda coming up. So cybersecurity session with Bob LaRocca, no relation, and another NRF representative, Christian Beckner, Senior Director of Retail Technology for NRF. Might bring up what we were just talking about, cybersecurity planning, which is actually very important for retailers at this point. We got Kathleen Smith coming up with Anne Marie Schubert, District Attorney for Sacramento County. Should be interesting, talking about inside the battle, how reducing theft penalties impacts community safety.
This may very well be one of my favorite sessions of the day. It's home state, California, and we're a mess in California with Prop 47 and 57 and just this soft on crime approach that the state has taken. It'll be very interesting, and it certainly is starting to show some colors for the upcoming election in November, and we're all anxious to see where that goes. But leaving politics out of it,
politics,
let's not go politics just yet. The fact that we have a district attorney represented in the session, I think, will bring some new flavor to it. At the end of the day, we can arrest them at the store, the police can file charges, but it's the DA that really is handling the case throughout the entire process. I mean, they're the ones that actually flush the toilet, if you will, and make these problems go away, okay? We need their help, we need their partnership. That was not probably the best analogy, but it works for the purposes of my little head. But,
yes, I appreciate that.
We need their help, we need their support and partnership, because the truth is the recidivism rate of property crime is high. The challenges we're facing right now with opioid use, heroin addiction, the mental climate here in the country, we're seeing very aggressive offenders target stores, which puts our people in harm's way.
Yeah, which really brings up a very serious topic about the violence and apprehending shoplifters and ORC suspects and all of these folks that we know are dangerous, right? So if we have to ask ourselves as an industry, if the policy is that our associates their safety is the highest priority, but we're still going after the basket of merchandise and asking the shoplifter to come back in the store, is it time to revisit the policy? Which we will put on the table for another time, because we have our special guest. Come on in here, Dr. Hollinger.
Come on in, Dick.
You got to come on into the lightning round hot table that we're calling it these days.
All right.
So
with us,
my good buddy.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah. Don't try to kiss up. That will not save you from the lightning round.
Joining us right now is Professor Emeritus Dr. Richard Hollinger from the University of Florida. Dr. Hollinger is the founder and author of the National Retail Security Survey for several decades now.
27 years.
27 years.
And counting.
Yeah.
And we're thrilled to have you join us here in the segment.
Keep counting.
Yeah.
This year I turned 68, so I want to keep those years counting. So.
Yeah.
So you're a young pup.
I'm still a young pup. Yeah. I want to, and I've just retired, so now Candy and I are checking off our bucket list and traveling. So we'll be out your way, actually, in California. So
come on.
We'll stop in. Is that okay?
Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
You should give him your address live on the air so he could stop into your house right now, Joe.
Right.
Just kidding. Don't do that.
And I'll hold up my credit card, too.
And your social is?
Social security number. Right.
Sponsored by LifeLock.
Get that plug in there.
Right.
That's
exactly.
right. So interesting, and Joe and I were both reading over the most recent study, and one question that comes up for me, so when you think about the evolution of the study, which you were just talking to Gus about, changing questions and really evolving into, changing with the times, which I think is important with any research study, When you're looking at the respondents of the survey, right? And I know it's so difficult to get people as busy as they are to take their time out to really dig into the data. How do you guys ensure that the data that is provided is sound, especially because it's more anecdotal, survey-ish than statistical? From your perspective, how do you tackle that challenge?
Well, there's data in there that are harder than other data. And so, we know, for example, that the kinds of technologies that people use, because they spend money on that. They buy, tags, they buy cameras, and that those are pretty hard numbers. The weakest or softest, I shouldn't say weak, the softest number is when we ask the question, and we've asked it from the very beginning, where do you think the merchandise is going? Is it going out the front door? Is it going out the back door? Is it employee theft? Is it ORC? Just distinguishing between ORC thefts and shoplifting thefts. In both cases, the merchandise is gone. We sometimes know an ORC shoplifting case because the whole gondola is empty, as opposed to just a few items. But, still, unless you catch the thief on camera, you don't really know who did it. The same is true with employee theft. And so we've asked that question over the years, and when we first started, it was about 1/3 internal theft, about 1/3 external theft, and the other third we thought was the rest, probably due to some things like vendor theft and just arithmetic mistakes that were made in the inventory control system. So over the years, though, what we've seen that number go up and go down, but people have said, well, you don't really have a hard number there because you didn't really see the theft and we haven't really caught the thief yet. And so how do you know that it's, what true percentage it is? And the answer is, I don't really know, but I'm asking the best and well-known people and best trained people to provide those numbers. And so let's just say it's the best educated a guess or the best educated assessment that we can get. And for many, many years, it's remained relatively stable. For a number of years, the employee theft number, started to climb dangerously high. And then ORC comes along. Right. ORC changed the whole, game. Now we have, instead of professional employees stealing, now we have professional shoplifters stealing. And we know that they were doing it every day on a regular basis. And we know sometimes retailers are buying their own merchandise back again.
Right.
It got to be embarrassing.
That's a touchy subject.
Got to be embarrassing,
Yeah, it's a touchy one. Dr. Hollinger, we're going to need to wrap it up in just a second, but Amber and I have been doing lightning round with people, and I want to do a business lightning round with you.
It's a business lightning round.
Actually specific
You're lucky.
to the survey, okay?
All right.
So 3 questions for you.
All right.
Were you surprised the shrink numbers were down slightly this year versus 2016?
Yes. I thought that given the continuing problems in the economy, I thought with the problems with opioid addiction, I really did think, now the shoplifting numbers did go up, and the employee theft numbers went up somewhat, but I really did think that we would see a spike, and we didn't really see that. Now maybe that will happen in future years, we'll see. But there's got to be an effect when you're when you're addicted to drugs, and you don't have any money, and you can go into a store and steal merchandise or steal money. And we saw it a little bit in the robbery numbers. The robbery numbers keep climbing, and that's a little disturbing.
Okay, so 1-word answer, final 2 questions.
That was supposed to be a
That's okay.
Hence lightning.
That was supposed to be a one-word answer.
That's okay. Everyone wants to hear from you,
Right.
but now
This
it's
is-
lightning.
This is
Go.
like a committee hearing in
Professors can
Washington.
only speak,
Yeah.
in
And
40 minutes.
complete Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Till the bell rings. You have to ring a bell.
So let's yes or no. Surprised that external was again in lead over internal theft.
Yes.
Okay. And active shooter. Only 54% of retailers say they have an active shooter program, down 10% from the year prior. Concerning, yes or no?
Very concerning.
Okay.
I really have a hard time believing it.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, yeah, and which I'm sure if you could reiterate, it's, you know, that whole saying from researchers, garbage in, garbage out. So you're like, get us some really solid numbers, retailers, and participate in the survey. For now, we're going to have to leave it there because they're about to kill us for the whole wrap-up thing. But thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Now we're heading back to Gus Downing. Thanks so much for watching LPNN.